Hello everybody. Today I am in Historic Halifax, North Carolina. And this right here is the Owens house. It is the oldest house in Halifax, North Carolina. It was built in 1760 and moved to this location in I believe 1800 or 1810. So this is very historical. This is our first stop today of the Historic Halifax district. And yes, we are very excited and we want you to join us. But unfortunately, it is not open right now. But this is just a really beautiful and historical house. And as you can see, if you can see, the roof is built a certain type of way. And then you have the colors, the red door and everything like that. So let's keep going. Now we have arrived at the Montfort House, which is now a museum. So let's go inside and see what's in here. Okay, y'all. Now we are inside of the museum, the Montfort Museum. Like I said, it used to be the Montfort House. He was very prominent in his day. So look at this down here. They were saying that this is some of the original foundation from the 1700s when he came over from England. So I think that's pretty cool. See? You see that? You see where they are finding the foundation? They are excavating. I think that's pretty neat. And if we keep going around, you can see some more of the original foundation, which is pretty neat. I really like this. This is the basement level of the house. Then we keep going. And now we are back at the beginning of the house. So you can see some of the things that they had within the house at that time. Look at that teapot. That's pretty cool. A horse harness. All right, now we're back at the beginning, the front of the house. And look at this right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's pretty awesome. And here's a picture of him. All right, guys, let's go to our next location. Guess what this is? This is the courthouse. The courthouse was originally in Enfield, but they moved it here to Halifax. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it looks really small, but it doesn't have to be too big, right? Let's go to our next site. This right here is the Burgess Law Office. This house was built around 1806 and originally used as a residence. In 1821, Thomas Burgess, an attorney and 19th century Halifax politician, purchased this house and most likely used it as his law office until 1836 when he died. So I think that's pretty cool. So let's go to the next site. This is probably my favorite. I know you might be saying, what in the world? There's nothing there, Beth. What are you talking about? And we see the Burgess Law Office back there. But this is what they call the Market Green, guys. This is what they used to have their like present day farmers market. They used to throw festivals here, have fairs here. You know, like the state fair, county fair kind of good thing going on. People used to just come here to relax and just talk about different things. So this is the Market Green, and I think this is the coolest spot. Of course, there's nothing here. Of course, if you're gonna have a farmer's market and have fairs and festivals and celebrations. So let's go to our next spot. So I'm just gonna go right across the street, guys. Most of everything that I'm looking at is all in one place because this used to be, you know, the historic site. Well, it's in a historic site now. So this is where all the happenings used to be. So that's our courthouse over here. I'm not going to tell you about the other ones, but back there, that was the Montfort House over there. So we're just going around like in a circle. So, you know, just like any downtown area, it's going to be all in one central location. So let's go. Now we are at the site of colonial punishment. This right here, right in front of you, is a pillory. You guys see that? A pillory. Okay? You know how you see it on the movies? The person is standing up, right? It's kind of like they're bent over a little bit, if you can imagine it, right? So just imagine someone standing with their hands over the top, as well as their head kind of coming over, you know what I mean? And then once they're secure, the people of the town or whoever is they're harassing the prisoner, calling them all types of names, and most times they're throwing like rotten fruits and vegetables at them, and some people even used to throw stones. So no one wants to be publicly punished, right? So then we go to the right over here. This is a stock. This is when you're sitting down. So just imagine sitting down, right? And it looks very uncomfortable. Look at that. You're sitting down on this bench, and then your feet are going through those, or I should say your legs are going through those holes right there. And in this situation, the prisoner will have to be there for either hours, days, or even weeks. So, as I always tell people, crime does not pay. So over there, we were talking about colonial punishment. So guess what this is? The Halifax Colonial Jail, guys. The citizens of Halifax, they constructed 3 jails between 1759 and 1838. And the first 2 stood near this spot. However, in 1762, 5 inmates set fire to the jail, burned it to the ground, and escaped. So that's pretty crazy. I guess they said, no, we will go. So let's continue with our tour. This is the Eagle Tavern. I know what you're thinking. A tavern? Ooh, that's somewhere I can have some place to drink, some whiskey or beer. Not completely correct for colonial times. Even around other parts of the country, back in that day, it was very vital for the local economy as well as the lifestyle. People could come and find a place to sleep, something to eat as they made their way across the state of North Carolina. The locals would have meetings here, entertainment, and business transactions, including the sale of land and slaves. So that's pretty crazy. So let's keep going. This right here is the tap room. It was built in 1760, and this is where they used to auction off slaves. But not only that, but people like physicians, dentists, tailors, and watchmakers worked on the premises. And even students used to take dance lessons here. But up until 1891, the building became a private residence, and it has remained so until 1972, until the state of North Carolina bought this property. And this right here is not historical at all, but it is the public restroom. So when you're taking your tour around here, all you have to do is just go right here, guys. It's right here beside the tap room. Remember that. I just want to show you guys one more thing before we end this tour. Right here, Underground Railroad Trail. Just keep going down this way, guys. Right now, I am walking on historical sites. I feel so excited about it. I am so proud to be here. I'm proud to be a North Carolinian, and I'm very excited to share this experience with you. So until next time, guys, stay healthy, stay fit.